Hi, I'm Matthew, and I'm pleased to introduce you to Breeze today. Wait, actually, hold on a minute. I'm missing my co-founder. He's often late, but this is ridiculous. Let me give him a call and see where he is real quick.
Hello?
Adam, where are you? I'm on stage here alone.
I know. I'm really sorry. Look, the plumber was supposed to be here like 2 hours ago. I have no idea where the guy is, but you would not believe the situation with this toilet. There's like a fountain.
Okay. We get it. Just please get here as soon as possible. Thanks. How many hours of your life have you wasted waiting for an on-site service vendor, such as a repairman, a plumber, an electrician, whomever, in the dark as to what the holdup is or as to whether or not they're going to show up at all? It doesn't have to be this way, and ladies and gentlemen, we are going to solve this problem. You made it.
I did, but please tell me you still have that spare bedroom.
This problem is really common. In fact, failing to meet customer expectations is an especially acute problem for on-site service vendors today, because customers can now broadcast their negative service experiences over megaphones, like Twitter, Yelp, and Angie's List. And it turns out when we talk to vendors, we've heard over and over that just a couple of bad reviews can have a meaningful and negative impact in their business.
Yeah. Technology-driven productivity gains have swept through American enterprise, but on-site service vendors have largely been left behind. Heck, lots of them are still doing business the same way they did in the 1970s. And historically, this has been because they simply had no technology in the field where they were working, but that's no longer the case. 85% of vendors now have a smartphone in their pocket, but what they don't have are apps dedicated to the specific needs of their businesses, until Breeze.
Breeze is a productivity suite that runs on vendors' smartphones, empowering them to take control over their businesses. Based on conversations with dozens of these vendors, we chose to focus our product on solving these key problems.
Number one, customer no-shows. It's ironic that a key vendor complaint is that customers are the ones who miss appointments. Number two, turning receivables into cash. Driving around with the center console of your truck stuffed full of paper checks is simply not a good business practice. And number three, winning repeat business. Lots of vendors' existing customers have additional work that they need done, but they're simply too distracted or too busy to reach out and make that appointment.
And the side effect here, vendors that use Breeze to manage their business automatically deliver an improved customer service experience and win better reviews. The Breeze Productivity Suite delivers in a single solution customer communication, payment, and retention. Please note, Breeze is not a consumer app, and we are not a marketplace. We think there are many great companies out there who specialize in connecting consumers with vendors, and we look forward to partnering with them. What are you doing?
It's for the demo. I am now Adam from A1 Locksmiths, and if we can switch to the phone, that would be great.
That's fantastic, because I actually have a locksmith emergency. In this case, let's say that I found A1 Locksmith on Thumbtack. Let's go ahead and give them a call.
This is Adam from A1.
Adam, this is Matthew Cowan. Unfortunately, I seem to have got my keys brent in my front door lock, and I can't get into my house. So I was hoping you could help me as soon as possible.
Yeah, Matthew, no problem. So I see that I last helped you out about a month ago. And if I can confirm here, you are still at 489 17th Avenue in San Francisco?
Yes, I am.
Excellent. OK, should be no problem to make an appointment for you then. Shall we say, let's see, it's 3:10 now, 3:30?
Sure, that sounds good.
Excellent.
We'll see you then.
Yep.
How many times have we heard that one? I'll believe when he shows up when I see it.
Well, if we didn't have a few connectivity hassles, there we go. So it looks like I am going to need to be there in 20 minutes, but I promised him, here we go, 23 minutes, and it's going to take me 19 minutes to drive there, so I had better get a move on. And I'm off.
Cool, and I just got a text message letting me know that Adam is on his way right now.
Greetings.
Thank you for getting here so promptly.
Not a problem. You know, my Breeze app gave me directions and drive times. It even took traffic into account. And had this been the first time you'd had a key issue, this street view that it automatically inserted would have helped me make sure I knew exactly where to go. So what can I help you with?
This is the problem.
Yes, well, I've seen this one before. Luckily, It's an easy fix. There you go. I do note that your lock here has been pretty severely abused, so I'm going to go ahead and make a note to come back for a replacement, shall we say, in 6 months.
Sounds good.
All right. And then all we have left is the payment. How would you like to pay?
What forms of payment do you accept?
The Breeze app lets me collect credit cards, and it keeps track of both paper checks as well as cash. But what I really like are their e-checks. They are a great deal for me. They're about 80% lower fees than credit card. And they're simple. If you have got your checkbook, I can just quickly snap a picture of the check on top, and we're ready to go.
There you go.
Okay, you don't even have to fill it out. There we go. Here's your checkbook back. And if you can just sign here. Excellent. We're all set. So you're now going to receive a receipt via email. That receipt's going to include information on how you can leave a rating or review of my service. And I can leave confident that Breeze is going to reach out to Matthew a couple of weeks from now and find out if he's got any more locksmithing work than he needs done.
Breeze seems like a great app.
It is. And you can switch back to the computer now. You know, it was easy to get started. The app was free to download. They gave me a month of free service, and now it's only $20 a month for unlimited jobs, which frankly I think is a bargain. If it saves me just one customer no-show per month, it pays for itself right there. Breeze makes me feel more in control of my business, and my customers are telling me that they are happier with the service I deliver. I think it's going to be big, Matthew.
Indeed. Would it surprise you to learn, Adam, that on-site service vendors with 20 employees or less represent nearly 8% of all companies in the United States with over 5 million technicians?
That is amazing.
So that's Breeze, a single solution for mobile vendors offering customer communication, payment, and retention. In closing, we'd like to leave you with a photograph of the very first brainstorming session we had for Breeze. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Very cool. Judges, Mike?
How are you thinking through reaching these different vendors initially just to discover Breeze?
In terms of acquiring our customers, the vendors?
Yeah.
Sure. We're going to acquire customers in 3 key ways. Number one, we're going to work with trade associations. The top 22 trade associations alone represent 1 million of the technicians of the 5 million in our target market. And some of these associations are entertaining. My personal favorite, the Snowblower and Removal Association, the American Fence Association, and there's other businesses that have been successfully built through this channel. Number two, business development partnerships with discovery vendors out there. So there's a lot of entrenched players in there that have a great footprint, and we're a natural complement to them. And number three, core product virality. It turns out that a lot of these guys share jobs with one another. So imagine the next guy gets an email that says, I've got a job for you, install Breeze to get the details.
Sorry, that last piece about the core virality, is that something that's built into the current design or something you would add later?
It's on the roadmap.
And is this a product that's already available?
So we've just launched our closed beta. We have about 12 live customers right now, and we're going to move forward to the full commercial launch in the 4th quarter.
One thing I didn't really follow, and forgive, maybe this is me not connecting the dots, but how do you prevent the customer from having to wait a long time for the repairman? It wasn't clear where the wait comes from and how your product eliminates it.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's really about keeping the customer informed about the status of the appointment. So we notify customers when appointments are made. We notify them the night before. And really the key here is about making sure that the customer is there when the vendor arrives. So our focus is the vendor, but the sort of side benefit is that customers know exactly when the vendor is going to arrive, because the last notification we do is a geo-fenced notification when the vendor is on their way, so that if you need an extra 20 minutes to walk the dog or to go get a cup of coffee, you can do that because the vendor is going to arrive at 10:17 or whatever it is going to be.
If their last job runs over, though,
if the last job runs over, we are constantly monitoring the location of the phone as it relates to the next appointment and the drive time traffic taken into consideration that it's going to take to get to that next appointment. So vendors will automatically get a notification about 10 minutes before they're supposed to leave from the previous job to get to the next job. And at that point, they have the option of either getting in the car and going, or we bring up contact information or a contact sheet, if you will, that they can use to instantly reach out to the customer if they need to say, I'm going to be 20 minutes late or something like that. What we found talking to customers and to vendors is that consumers are Not nearly so unhappy about when the vendor's late. What they really care about is being totally in the dark and not knowing what's going on.
Right.
One of the core things you mentioned was that you're going to help the on-site technicians get repeat business. How does that work?
So in this example, you noted that Adam put in a note that my lock was broken and needed to be replaced within the next 6 months. So the system will later remind Adam that that potential job is still out there. Okay. Additionally, right at the end of the job, I will receive an email receipt, and it'll give me an opportunity to rate Adam as a vendor. So you're creating a touch point and a continual point of contact between the vendor and the customer automatically. Where does that rating go? Is it, because you mentioned, I really like that you clarified what you're not, and you said you're not a marketplace. So where does that rating, is that just feedback for him to know? It's feedback for the vendor for now, and obviously to the extent that those ratings can be propagated to the discovery websites out there, we want to do that as well.
How do you plan to charge for the service? Is it just sold as a paid app or some other business model? We really view ourselves kind of like a Salesforce.com business model. So we're charging $20 per technician per month. And we think the core business model for us is that data lock-in effect and getting all the data on our system. And as a consequence, we're not charging any percentage of revenues in terms of the number of jobs people have. We think that's important because we don't want to create a disincentive for people to bring all the data into our system. Is the data stored on your servers or on the app itself? It's stored on both. We can't have vendors be in a situation where they're deep in the hills outside of AT&T cellular coverage somewhere and not have the app function. So all the data is stored locally, and then of course we sync as quickly as we can back to the servers in the cloud. Got it. Do you integrate with their their bookkeeping applications like QuickBooks, or how do they get the data back out? Right, great, good question. Integration with best of breed vendors on accounting and time tracking is on the roadmap.
Do you have any plans to establish a reputation score since you're going to know who's always late and who's not?
We do have plans like that in the roadmap, absolutely. Okay. Breeze on time score.
All right. But wouldn't that make the vendors more hesitant to work with you?
It's a great question, and that was immediately what my response was when you asked the question, which is our focus is on the vendors. We are their advocate, and we're in business to help them, so that's where we'll always bias when we have to make a decision like that.
Very cool. Right, well, I think we're out of time, unless you wanted to get a quick one.
In your demo, it was a repeat customer. That first time with the premise be you'd be putting all that information in manually yourself?
That's correct, and you would also have the option to import the contact information that happened to be in the address book on your phone but not in the system.
Got it. Cool.
All right, that's Breeze. Thank you guys very much.
Thank you.